headphones, guys.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Sunday live stream here in miserable Tembe where it is snowing. But we've got a hell of a panel on this evening. We've got Daryl, the Northern Vinyl guy. We've got Racer Joe, so that's two Canadians already. And we've got Steve Carlson on the show for the first time. And we've also got Christopher from the AV Room. So it's going to be an amazing panel this week. So this week I thought it'd be something different out of the box. Hope you all missed me. I had 2 weeks off the live streams, and then I decided, what the hell am I going to do on a Sunday evening now? While Liz is putting the kids to bed. So
Right.
here I am. I'm back. This week we're going to do. You've had a busy day at work. You've had a stressful day at work. You've had your food. You sat down in your record room. What are you putting on? So that's what we're going to go through this evening. So let me just quickly click on the chat before it explodes. Adrian, hey, how's it going, mate? So we'll just go through the panel real quick. Daryl, what have you kind of been up to this week, mate?
Well, I've been putting forth a lot of those thread videos. I know you're all excited about threads all the time, 24/7. So I figured I'd just collapse a whole pile of them this week. Plus a contest entry for Americana Stam, and I'm a busy guy on this this YouTube fame stage that I've been, and I have to promote once again. I'm always on here with my Nickelback shirt that everybody likes so near and dear, and
you wash it, right? Like you do wash it, or no? Maybe I don't know.
Well, it might. I'm not sure. It might be like that Simpsons episode where Bart had his hand spit on, and he just kind of kept it on because he didn't want to get rid of that girl's spit there. I don't know, but
that's fair.
And on a side note, Chris, I see that Wales is fighting for that one of those last 6 World Cup spots for this summer.
Yeah. I'll just watch the highlights on YouTube at this point. I just like whatever. At the moment, my algorithm on YouTube is vinyl collection and stuff to do the trip to Canada. So I've been researching where Joe lives. On that note, Joe, how's the shop been doing this week, mate?
Shop's good. Yeah, it's actually pretty steady this week. We had a whole bunch of new stuff came in, things that had come out and things that people had ordered. And that always brings, obviously, a little more traffic in. And then they look through the used when they're there and they're picking up their new stuff as well. So good. Next week, we're not participating in Record Store Day, Black Friday. We just don't do that. So, but I've got some other things planned that will make it used Record Store Friday or something along the lines of that. So we'll plan something around that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Talking about Record Store, Steve, saw your video this morning. Very good, mate. Thank you for promoting the live stream. Are you gonna participate in Record Store Day this year?
I always do. I've been doing it 2014, 2015, where I used to go out and suddenly spend $1,000. Now maybe only be 100 or 200. But I find something. What I like is you just go out and you talk to people. You see them out there. Maybe there's nothing you want. That's okay. Just having a good time with the other record collectors. Whether they have one shop I liked, he doesn't do Record Store Day, but he brings in all this other stuff that's a really good price that he, it's always a good time to go in there. So yeah, I'm going to hang out because I'm kind of semi-retired, I guess.
Yeah. Do you want to give, because you've got a really good podcast, do you want to give a quick plug to you and your mate that do the podcast?
Oh, that's right. 2 guys talking about records. Jim Gleason, who owns a record store in Midland, Michigan. We were really good friends for years. Every Sunday at noon, I would be at his store. I mean, I'm just that kind of, this is the time I'm going to go there from 12 to 1, and we would just sit and talk about records. And then finally his wife goes, well, why don't you guys just do a podcast, for God's sakes? Well, okay then. And he's done a lot of that. So, this week we taped it already. It's on Bob Dylan.
Oh,
because
right. Okay.
Cool.
neither of us are an expert on Bob Dylan, or shall we say absolute fans, but it was a good discussion.
Okay. Sounds cool, mate. So anybody go and check that out. Go and subscribe after you've watched the live stream. I'll put a description below of everybody's channel. Right, first time guest as well, Christopher. Welcome.
Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. It's funny. I grew up, well, I didn't grow up, but I had moved to Midland, Michigan, and I worked at a tattoo shop in Midland for years. And I think as soon as I moved to Texas, also Midland, so I moved from Midland to Midland.
Yeah.
That's when the store opened, and I was like, I literally screamed out loud and said, "You got to be kidding me!"
No kidding. Isn't that something? Wow. Great town.
I don't have any record stores around me. It's 2 antique malls, Walmart and Target. That's about it.
Well, when I moved to Midland in 2006, there wasn't, there was like in Saginaw, there was one store there. That was it. Now it's packed with record stores all over the place.
And I miss Michigan. I'll tell you, just for the record stores, I miss Michigan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah. Do you want to kind of tell people about your channel? Because I think you've been going for about 6 months. I think I've been subscribed to you for about 5. I think I discovered you on YouTube.
Yeah, actually a little. I've had the channel for a while because not as the AV room, not doing record or pop culture stuff. That literally started about two or 3 months ago because I had just been using it to promote my artwork and nobody was watching. And then they announced the Buckingham Nicks reissue. So I said, now's as good a time as any to jump in and talk about that. So the Buckingham Nicks thing took off, and I did a review video, which blew up. And here we are. Yeah, I just decided I'm going to do pop culture stuff, but I'm focusing on records for now, just to kind of get my beak wet, so to speak. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and I've made a lot of friends, which is the best part.
It is. You do connect. And Joe and Daryl will tell you I drive them crazy with questions half the time.
No, it's all good. It's all good. That's what this is about, really, in the end. None of us are going to make any money off this. None of us are going to get famous in any way, shape, or form, but it's meeting cool new people. Like I've watched, like you said earlier, you've watched Steve for a long time. I've watched Steve for a long time. First time getting a chance to meet him, right? First time getting a chance to meet Chris. Daryl, I see quite often, and he's often wearing his Nickelback shirt. But other than that, it's
Yes, it's cool. It's cool. Well, thanks for joining. So T-shirt wise, I thought I would represent probably the most famous comedian. This beer is really good.
Yeah. Sunday night, Chris has had a beer or two, possibly, right?
That's my first one, so we may be in trouble. But the most famous Canadian YouTuber, shall we say?
Yep.
Frank from 33 RPM. He sent me a T-shirt for Christmas. I usually send him something. He sends me something back. Hoping to go and see Frank next year with Liz. Go and see Joe and Rob and do the whole Canadian. I'm trying to work out the distances, Joe. It's insane.
You gotta have a couple days at least, man. If you're gonna land somewhere, like if you land around Rob, it will be a day to get to Frank, and then it will be another day at least to get to me. But worth it though. It's a cool country to drive across. It'll be completely different than what you're used to.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially if you drive from Rob to Frank, you go across and around Lake Superior and into Thunder Bay and stuff like that. I think you'll enjoy it. It'll be a long day.
If you're driving from Rob's through Ontario, I mean, Ontario is a full day on its own. Just to get to Frank is probably 30 hours.
So me and Liz worked this out, and just perspective, going from Joe's to Frank's, it's like me going from the bottom end of Great Britain all the way to Scotland.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you can get through a couple provinces in a day, or you can get through all of the UK, one or the other.
We may do short flights. It might be a lot easier.
Might be better. Yeah.
Right, let me go to the chat. Here he is. It's Richard. Hiya, mate. So he's saying hi all. And then we've got local bandography. Found a close OP at Noble yesterday, Steve.
Of course he does. Yes.
Yeah.
Dave always does.
So yeah. Okay, what else we got here? Harris Pilton is here as well. Hey, Harris, how's it going, mate? If Steve Carden didn't exist, then I would never have started a YouTube channel, but we shouldn't hold that against him.
He has the
Yeah.
best channel in the world.
Yeah. I love the way he just sits down on the floor and just is just talking.
Just go.
Yeah.
Kills me.
Right. Okay. So I'll kick things off this evening if I can remember how to do this. Oh, there we go. There's the ugly mug.
First time. Very nice.
Yeah. It's all downhill from here on, boys.
That's right.
So, an album that chills me out, and I had to get this over and done with. It is the lead singer from the Stereophonics, and it is Mr. Kelly Jones. He went away, decided to create his own album, and this is more laid back. He traveled all the way to Norway, so we're talking Morton area here. And it's more of like an acoustic, laid back kind of album. So, and it's, I went to the concert. Talk about small venues. This was in front of 200 people in a chapel in Wales, in Cardiff. So I saw him there and he said, "Hi, Chris," because I know him. And he signed it for me. So this is a relaxed kind of album, chilled out. That's kind of my Monday afternoon when I've had enough of people.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, the kind of people that send you an email going, "I hope this email reached you well." I'm like, oh. So yeah, okay, let's move it on. So we'll go where it is the coldest and the northest in Canada. It's over to Daryl.
Well, shockingly enough, I mean, on Wednesday I talked about how we've got snow and all this stuff, and we do, but it's been excessively warm here lately. It's only been -3 Celsius. It's not that cold yet, which is good. But as a high school teacher, I think part of my job is just surviving. And so I think arena rock music kind of suits this, especially this one, Bon Jovi's Crossroads. Now I will have a few greatest hits compilations tonight for you, Chris. This is one of them. But Living on a Prayer kind of, I think, sums up my job sometimes, just getting by. And I would probably listen to this, say, on a Monday, just to let me know that by Friday I've survived the week. So I think a little bit of rock music, arena rock, gets me through it. And I mean, as the list goes on, I'll have some mundane, mellow stuff and some melancholy stuff as well. But yeah, I think that kind of sums up at least my job, is just getting through the week with Living on a Prayer. So
because Daryl loves being a teacher.
He does most days. He's got his days, right?
I thought
Oh,
you
yeah.
were going to pull Bon Jovi. It's my life. It's now or never.
Living on a prayer.
Cool. Okay. We will head next to Joe. What you got, mate?
Okay. Sure. Okay. I'll start off with the greatest hits for you. You know. So have you ever done the math? What percentage is greatest hits of your stuff? Is it like 50-50? Is it 75-25? Not that it matters, but you do that math for me and get back to me later.
Okay.
I'll
check my Discogs.
I'm going to go with Mr. John Prine and the best of John Prine. I can listen to John any time of the day, any day of the week, and any week of the year, and et cetera, et cetera. It's just fantastic stuff. You put it on, and I think it's one of those artists, for me anyway, that you kind of catch something new every time you listen to it, at least for me. Again, I went with greatest hits because we're on Chris Mann's show, so if we don't show some greatest hits, he kicks us off and doesn't allow us to come back on. So I chose to go with the best of, but it starts off with Sam Stone, which to me is one of the best songs ever written. I just really like that, and it just continues on and on for the best of. I also have all the rest of his albums, and again, I can just put on John Prine and listen to him all the time, anytime. But he is definitely very good for if you had a shit, stressful day. You come home, you put a little John Prine on, and it's not all happy music. Sam Stone, in fact, is not a happy song. but I enjoy it, and it works for me when there's something that I want to just kind of put on and listen to, and that is always a good choice. So there
Cool,
you go.
mate. Cool. Very cool. Okay. Christopher, I'll have you up next, mate.
Okay, so I'm going to kind of cheat because yesterday was something I always do on a Saturday. So I'm going to sneak these in. I'm not going to talk about them real quick, but every Saturday I play Saturday Night Fever. Every Saturday when I come home from work. And then yesterday, my wife had enough of me playing this every Saturday, and she said, "Play this." So this is the Exodus I just said. She's a huge reggae fan. But I tattoo for a living, and all day, 6 days a week, sometimes 7. It's nonstop heavy metal at the shop. So I get a lot of my metal out, my Slayer, my Metallicas, my Mansons during the week. So when I come home, I really lean towards more chill stuff. And this is a solid for me. I play this probably 2 or 3 times a week, which is Tangerine Dream, the soundtrack to Thief, instrumental, real groove-oriented synth stuff, a lot of guitar, kind of almost prog solo guitar in it. And Tangerine Dream is one of my top 10, if not top 5 favorite bands. So this gets a lot of play because it really just chills me right out. I crack a beer and maybe have a smoke and put on some Tangerine Dream, and I'm good to go. It'll get me through to having to go back to work, especially if I have to work on a Sunday, which I didn't today. Thank God. Thank God. Yeah, Tangerine Dream Thief.
Is a question I want to ask you actually, Christopher, because my backstory is I used to be a barber back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
And I used to suffer with backache. As a tattoo artist, do you suffer with back issues?
Extremely. In fact, sometimes my back goes out for I'll be standing in the kitchen making coffee, and my back will go out, and I'm out of work for 2 weeks, laying in bed.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, being a music and movie fan really helps because my back is shot. I've been tattooing for almost 25 years now, and it's just really hard on you for sure. So I get that for sure.
I have a quick question while I'm thinking of it, because for those that don't know, I'm old and I forget shit. So, has anyone actually got a Godzilla tattoo from you? Because I don't have anything, and that is at some point, if I do, that's my plan, is a Godzilla. And I don't know if it's a full body or if it's just a head, or I've never seen. I'm sure there is. I know there is.
Yeah,
I haven't seen many.
I've tattooed a lot of Godzilla. I've got several Godzilla flash sheets, choose from stuff. Yeah, cool. I've tattooed everything from the Hedorah to Biolante to Mechagodzilla, several Godzillas, always a different Godzilla. Godzilla, I've done a lot. Probably
awesome. Good.
Yeah.
Well, now I know where to come when I finally get my tattoo done.
Yeah. Texas.
Yeah.
Right, let me just go through the chat real quick. Okay, still have Just Enough Education perform on CD, great album. Yes, that is Jeep. It is amazing. Richard saying, teachers have it rough every day. And then Spencer, hey mate, vibes. That's the Discogs I did, my top 10, and I convinced Steve to do it as well.
Way to go, Chris.
That's all right, mate. And then we've got George Music for All Seasons. Hello to all. Hi, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. Right, so let's go to the OG, Steve.
Which means old guy.
No, it doesn't. No.
I finally figured that out, Chris. So, well, for many years, if I had a bad day, I went to the Taekwondo gym and either got my ass kicked or kicked someone else's ass. So we did that for years as a family. You know, hey, family, let's go beat up on each other and, you know, go to the Taekwondo gym and have at it. But those days are long gone, and so is my body. So now, Miles Davis kind of blew. I mean, this is, to me, the perfect album. By far, favorite album of all time. I put this on. It's relaxing. It's beautiful. It's lyrical. I mean, just so what itself. I mean, the song
got
so
got mine right nearby. Yep.
Yes, exactly. It's just God, it's perfect. So yeah, greatest album ever made. Sorry guys, just that's the way it is. That is it.
Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
Yep. It's a damn jazz show. It's a jazz show. Oh God. So there we go. That's what I love. That always gets me through.
For sure. Yeah.
Very cool. Just quickly so I can pick what's next. Saturday Night Fever is immense. More Than a Woman, Night Fever, Staying Alive, and that's just the first side. There are 3 other sides. Jive Talking sits back on side 3. So yes.
It's one of those albums where if it comes into the shop and you put it kind of where most people look, like if it's in the new arrivals bin, it will always go. It lasts maybe a week. It's just people are always looking for that. And it's sold so many copies to begin with, but it's always one that people are looking for because it can be at a party. It can be when you're sitting around doing nothing. It can be used and played at so many different times and every Saturday, in fact. That's good. I love that. That's awesome.
The key to that
so I'm a
album,
little behind. Oh, go ahead.
the key to the album is Disco Inferno, and you have to have the long thing because you're sitting there driving, you're just kind of, I mean, it just takes you, man. Disco Inferno is the greatest song. Wow.
Yep.
So I'm a little behind on my video watching, Steve. Did you enter that A is for Alice contest to let them know that jazz is amazing?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did, as a matter of fact. And it was titled, It Doesn't Suck.
It doesn't suck.
Yes.
Okay, cool. It's me.
Yeah.
Right. Let's try and move my ugly face around. Okay. So a lot of people the Canadians are going to know what I'm going to pull next. My favorite artist of all time is Mr. John Mayer. I just love his guitar work, his voice. Saw him live 2 years ago in Dublin doing acoustic. Absolutely amazing. And this is my favorite album that he's done. So he's got Heartbreak Warfare and A Half My Heart. Who Says is quite funny. Who Says I Can't Get Stoned?
There you go.
So, Mr. John Mayer, I know I'm going to get battered in the comments over this one.
I just wish he was better looking.
There you go.
Yeah.
I got to get that. I like John Mayer. We've talked about this. Heartbreak Warfare is that's a top-notch song. I could listen to that after work.
So, and he is working on a new album. So I'm pretty excited to see. His last album was Sob Rock, which is kind of like an 80s kind of theme going on.
Yeah, I wanted that.
Yeah. I've got 2 copies. Don't ask me why. One is on pink, one is on green. I'm a sucker. Yes. And Sob Rock is when me and Liz got together. So I've got the pink one framed. But we have to sort it out because his face keeps moving in the frame. It's not stuck on properly, but we'll get to it. Okay, Richard is saying, "Jazz does not suck. Steel Carson has made it official." Well, there we go. It must be nothing.
That's right.
Okay, we'll keep it moving. Daryl, what you got, mate?
Well, thinking of albums that don't suck, I know that this one is very divisive, and in fact, we've talked about this before, Joe. I know that you don't have a problem with this era of the band. I know that some people do. We're erring on the heavy side. To me, because of growing up in the '90s and high school and stuff, for me, this is one of the top 5 albums of the '90s, in my opinion. And that's Van Halen's Balance. I know that a lot of people do have an issue with that Sammy Hagar era Van Halen, but I could come home and listen to this. I think it's a phenomenal album. Can't Stop Loving You. The Seventh Seal, the opening track on this is absolutely fantastic. And I mean, do I like the David Lee Roth era? For sure. Do I like the other eras? I'm not picky when it comes to Van Halen. But this, to me, because of I grew up during this album, I think is a fantastic album, and I just recently picked it up about a month and a half ago, and I could throw that on the turntable after work just for the heaviness of it, but obviously the driving guitars and things like that. But there's also some more mellow stuff on there. and some instrumental stuff. Beluchitherium is a really good track instrumental, and I think it's there's another one on here. I can't remember which one it is. Anyway, there's a couple of instrumentals on there too that are really good. So I could listen to Van Halen after work for sure, but that would be my go-to is the Sammy Hagar era of Van Halen.
Cool. Very cool. Right. Nothing in the chat, which is brilliant. Makes my job a lot easier. Right. Joe.
Oh, and I forgot to tell you, I now have 2 Stereophonics albums. I got another one the other day, Sex, Violence, and so that's all I've got for now. I'm working on it. I'm working on it slowly, but I'm getting there. So
If you've got that one, you need to check out the song Dakota.
I got it Friday. It came into the shop, but I haven't had a chance to listen to it
what
yet.
I'm doing? See what I'm doing? It's taken what, 2 years, but now he can't stop buying them.
That's right. Yeah, as many as I can find. I don't know what took me so long. Again, because I knew the name. I just never really sat down and listened, and now I have, and I'm in. So that's good. Another one that I just picked up that I should have had a long time ago because it's really one of my favorite albums is Supernatural by Santana, which also fits the bill here. I just listened to this again this morning. You know what? If this Carlos kid practices a little bit on guitar, I think he might be pretty good. This is a really good album. I forgot just exactly how good it was because I hadn't listened to it for a long time. I didn't have it on vinyl, and I don't know why. And I love all the artwork. The artwork's fantastic on it as well. So, yeah, Carlos Santana, Rob Thomas, Smooth on here, Dave Matthews on here as well. For those that don't know, Everlast, Put Your Lights On, fantastic song. But just like the Latin stuff that's on here, and then the rock stuff that's on here, and then the guitar solos that are on here. This is a very, very good album. I really like Santana, but this is I don't know why it would be my favorite. It's my favorite because it's in my hand right now. But Santana is another artist as well, not just this album. I just happened to get this one, but another artist that you can put on and you can listen to because it's just so well done, regardless of who's singing. Carlos just has that fantastic guitar style that I can listen to all the time. So there you go. Supernatural and or just Carlos Santana and Santana in general. So
brilliant, mate. Okay, we will head off to Christopher next.
Okay, so again, keeping with the theme of I keep looking at all my heavy metal records, wondering if I should have pulled more of them. But it's true, I really don't listen, aside from Sabbath, to too many of them when I get home. So I'm going to pick the exact opposite. This is Duran Duran Notorious, and this is after Andy Taylor and their drummer Roger Taylor left the band. They recorded this as a 3-piece. I think Steve Jordan on drums. And this is a highly underappreciated album. First off, the sonics on this has been repressed. I heard a repress. It was okay, but it didn't hold a candle to the original pressing. This is late 2000s, I think like 2004-ish, somewhere around there. Nile Rodgers produced it. And the sonics, it's got slow songs, it's got upbeat songs, but it's really minimalist and groove oriented, obviously with Nile Rodgers involved, Steve Jordan. So Duran Duran, the 3-piece version.
Nice. 3-piece. Very nice.
Nice choice. Yeah. That doesn't come up a lot. Obviously, most will talk about the first stuff, but that's a fantastic album. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Yeah, it's great. Love it.
Good.
And Notorious is a great. Notorious itself is a great song.
Yeah,
fantastic track.
If you ever talk to anybody who has it, they'll tell you how well it's recorded. It's the sonics. I mean, it's a cheap heat kind of thing. The sonics are out of this world. I just keep turning it up and up and up whenever I'm playing it.
Cool. All right. Right. Let's take Steve from the duck face in the corner and put him on the big screen.
I kept trying to get that head just around right. So,
it's the best, isn't it? When there's 5 of us, you try and get the duck head. Yeah, good. I'm not the only one.
That's right. What? He's not paying attention. He's trying to get the duck head on.
Yeah, what the hell? Yeah.
All right. So my next one, last 15, 16 years, I traveled a lot, stayed overnight, a lot of hotels. And if you had a bad day, a lot of times it was hard to go to sleep. And the perfect just the perfect album came up. Max Richter, Sleep. This kind of neoclassical. When he performed this, I believe it was in London. It was an 8-hour show. They laid mattresses for the audience. They laid out all the mattresses throughout wherever they were playing at. And so the audience would come in and lay down, and they played this. And they kept changing out the people that were playing because it was going for so long. This thing's addictively relaxing. And if nights where I couldn't sleep, I would just put it on. I had put it either on my iPad or my iPhone and let it play. And damn if I didn't fall asleep it just relaxed me. It knocked out. I love this album. It's just, wonderful. So Sleep, it works really good. So if you're an insomniac, Max Richter, Sleep, cool stuff.
That's a new one on me, Steve.
Yep.
And they're just putting out the whole 8-hour concert just in case you really want to hear it all. So I don't know, 10 albums or whatever. Just keep putting out. You have to wake up to flip it over.
Yeah, nobody will ever hear anything past the first side. They'll all be sleeping, and then
Exactly
on
right.
the first one and fall asleep every time. I don't know. It's 8 albums. They can't get through it.
Is it going to be in 33 or 45? Because you'll probably need more albums if it's 45.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Probably 45 to get more money that way.
Yeah.
Cool. Good choice, Steve. Right. My turn. I don't know why I look so shocked when I was doing that. So a female British artist that I really enjoy listening to coming home from work, and it is Katie Tunstall. Now, if nobody's ever not heard of this woman, this is a brilliant album from start to finish. So this is called Eye of the Telescope. And you got songs like Other Side of the World, Another Place to Fall, Under the Weather, Black Horse, and the Cherry Tree is an amazing song on here. And as you know me, I can't resist half the time. They're the black, so I got with the red. So I had a good deal, I think, in the record store. This was like £15. Works out about $18, $19 Canadian, US. So yeah, that's my choice. Really, really good voice. She hit the peak on this, and she kind of, didn't hit the I don't know, put it, didn't hit the heights that she did on this album. But if you ever get a chance to give this a stream, it's pretty amazing. So there's my choice. Has anybody heard of Katie Tunstall in there?
Yeah, she's fantastic.
Yeah, so, Black Oak and the Cherry Tree is fantastic.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was my choice. So there you go. All right. Let's go to Chad Kroger.
That took me a minute.
I'll take it. Chad Kroger. So I can't imagine how stressful it would be being him, seeing that everybody from Canada hates him. Just don't like this band. I don't know why nobody likes Nickelback. Joe and I do.
I don't have a problem with them. Nope, never have. Yeah. Probably won't. So unless they do something to piss me off, I'm fine.
What about the rest of you guys? Do you like Nickelback or?
I don't hate them. I don't love them. They just are.
Yeah, and that's fair. Yeah,
they're just there. All right. So up next, Chris, you went from red vinyl. I'm going to go to green. This one here is probably it's going to be, well, it's not unusual for me. It's probably the album that I have that I'm the most proud that I have. I've talked about this one many times on my channel and other channels. My daughter got this for me for Christmas one year. It's one of the few records I've received from my daughter. Just she was in college and picked it up from Germany of all places. She got it sent from Amazon. But I also brought this in a couple weeks ago into my history class. I was doing like the evolution of vinyl records to some degree. I showed a 78 and then 45 and then some colored variants. And I've talked about how I think, and I know it's weird, it's a video game, the Minecraft Alpha soundtrack is what it is. It's completely instrumental, but I find it's the most ambient album that I own. I find it's kind of like what you were saying, Steve, with your last choice. If I want to put myself to sleep and just relax, this is where I go to. It kind of for me almost puts me in a whole other realm. Um, and I've even put this on during, say, tests in high school, just as background music and things like that. I find it just relaxing. So I come home from a day at work, and just throw on. This is it is green. I can't see it there, but it is a green record. So I've used that album in multiple different facets, and relaxation is another one of those things. So as unusual as it is, the Minecraft Alpha soundtrack.
Yeah, video game soundtracks are huge. Super huge.
Yeah, actually, speaking of that, so Chris had tagged me in the with vibes there on the most valuable records, and my most valuable record is the Red Dead 2 soundtrack.
Yeah.
There is a sealed factory one on sale right now through Discogs. I think it was going for $590 Canadian. Like just insane. And I bought it. It's a 20. I'd like to say a 2019 pressing. It's not that old, but they're just crazy. And I got it at a good time. I paid about 40 or 50 bucks for it. But yeah, no, they're really cool. And some of the songs are just amazing. And actually, I could have pulled the Red Dead one with Daniel Lanois has some songs on there. The Canadian producer, just fantastic music. So yeah, video game stuff is neat, underrated to a degree. Not for everyone, but I think it works in this scenario for me.
My favorite video game soundtrack is Vice City because it's got like that 80s kind of theme going on.
Yeah.
Cool. Well done, Daryl. Right. Okay. Where's he by? Let me grab him. Joe.
So quick, do you have I just looked up KT because that's what I do when we do these damn shows, and then I end up buying 6 or 7 albums. There's one with her and Susie Quattro. Do you have that? Because that would interest me. I'm not sure if you're familiar with her or not, but I like Susie, so that might be an interesting combo.
Her. My dad dated Susie Quattro.
Really? Yeah. In Michigan, when she was in Michigan, right? Yeah. Cool. That's good. I've always liked Susie. That's awesome. So, but yeah, KT's got a bunch. Christopher, thanks. That's what I needed, is another artist with 18 albums to start buying. But anyway, I digress. Let's go a little jazz as well. I'm going to go at the non-bop version. And I have said over and over, I am in no way, shape, or form anywhere close to having any real taste when it comes to jazz, but I know what I like. And I like this. This is a little different than Miles, and I have Miles as well. I just happen to choose this because this is one you could certainly put on and just kind of mellow out to. And it's just fantastic. It's just wonderful. You put it on, and it's a very, very good album. And B, it lends itself to sit down, relax, if you choose to have a glass of wine or something along the lines of that and enjoy. But so for me, it's the Timeout by the Dave Brubeck Quartet. Along with others, but a while ago, I think it was one of the streams that you and I did, Daryl. We talked about things that we want to try and get into a little more, and I definitely can't go down the jazz rabbit hole because then I'll have way too many more albums than I need if I start to. But I think that's probably, Steve, you're much more of an expert on that. That's a great album to start with, or one to have to start your jazz collection, I think, right?
You're 100% right. I would tell anybody if they're just looking to get in jazz, that one, again, it's lyrical. You just listen to it. It makes sense. It doesn't get wild. It's just
correct. Yeah.
Cool.
And it never gets old. It's always good.
Oh, I know. And again, now I picked it up and I looked at it and I kind of got it going on in the back of my head. And it's very accessible too. I think that's the other thing. Because sometimes, you get the hard bop stuff and people go, oh, I don't want to listen to that, which has its time and its place. But this one, I think, is very accessible as well.
Yeah, Rich is in Brubeck Classic. I have several albums from him. So, yeah, Richard's a fan also as well. So maybe I should. I'm not a jazz person, you know that, but maybe I could.
Get
Yeah, I
this
dip
one.
my toes in. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not a huge jazz guy, but I dip my toes in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. Okay,
Perfect.
thank you, Joe.
Welcome.
2 secs. My screen just decided to freeze. Hang on.
I almost went with Count. I almost
Sunday.
went with Count Basie, but I didn't pull Count Basie because I don't listen to it too often. But I think Count Basie's good too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not over the top.
Yeah, and I also want to point out, Steve has 2 copies of the laws behind him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh man, I don't even have 1 copy. That ought to help.
You know, Chris, I bought the reissue when it came out. I finally found it. Took me forever to find it. I finally found one, so I buy it. Then a couple weeks later, an OG pops up. So I wanted both just so it's a pair of eyeballs sitting behind me. I just like that.
That's perfect. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember watching your video on that one, and you were kind of describing like you got it, and then that one came up, and you were like, "What's the odds of that ever happening again?"
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, Chris, so what's you, mate?
Yeah, so this album's not too far removed time-wise from the laws. This is 1992, Suzanne Vega, 99.9 Fahrenheit, and this was her follow-up, her alternative hit album. It says. Remastered. This is a repress. They did 500 of these, and it's on yellow vinyl. And it's a digital cut, but it's a very digital album, being from '92. This is sort of more Tom's Diner than it is Luca. If you know the remix of Tom's Diner, it's a very synth electronic album. Probably the most different thing she's done in her whole catalog, and it's my favorite. We used to play this at the record store I worked at in the '90s a lot. I love this album. It's kind of hard to find on vinyl because I think it's popped up twice in the last several years as these 500 pressings. I think one was on orange and this one's on yellow. But yeah, when I put this on, it's chill to be chill enough. It's sort of like mild female fronted 9 Inch Nails without the heavy, without the aggro. It's just real dance oriented. If you don't know anything about it, look it up and play some of it. It's great. It's a great coming home from work album for me, for sure.
Cool.
Awesome.
Very good. Right, chat's gone quiet. Steve.
Well, Richard, if you're still watching, I know you're going to like that one. Luna Penthouse. I love the group Luna. Dean Wareham from Galaxy 500 formed Luna in the early 90s. This kind of their third album, maybe second full-length album, about 95. And to me, it is the album that if there's one Luna album, it is Penthouse. It's almost all killer. Not quite all killer. But one of the songs I really like is 23 Minutes in Brussels because on there, Tom Verlaine comes in and adds guitar. And Tom Verlaine, his guitar playing is just, no one plays like him. And it just sounds phenomenal on there. But I have Chinatown, Sideshow by the Seashore, Moon Palace, just all classic Luna songs. And they do Bonnie and Clyde, from Serge Gainsbourg did Bonnie and Clyde. They do a version, incredible version of it. I love the group Luna. And Dean Wareham is an absolute favorite artist of mine, but this is the one. His voice is quiet, it's chill, but the guitar playing is just incredibly good. Good stuff from them.
Cool. Right, I've got to mention her because she's in the chat. Everybody say hello to my other half. This is Liz.
Hi, Liz.
She said to me, I said I got Steve Carlson on tonight. She was like, "Oh, I'll watch then." Because she's not that interested. She's like, "Yeah, I'll watch in the background," and yeah. She's scrolling on her phone on the TV.
I asked my wife if she was going to watch this, and she said, "Are you guys going to talk about records?" And I go, "Well, yeah." And she goes, "Then no."
No.
My,
Yeah.
my wife has never watched a single video of mine. That's
What?
over 7 years, not a one.
I
So
don't get it.
she'll pop her head and just look in the record room. Oh, you're here. Okay.
My wife created a YouTube account just to give me one subscriber. After Rob subscribed to me, I think Rob was like the second or third person to subscribe to me. My wife created an account just to give me a sub.
My wife doesn't even know what YouTube doesn't even do YouTube. So.
Joanne watches from time to time. She can hear me yapping down here too, so that helps a little bit as well. Right there. Yeah. I don't know if you could hear. Yeah. So sometimes if we're talking about something she's interested in, she'll tune in upstairs, and she's been on a couple times with us. So yeah, sometimes anyway. I love that your wife created an account. He's got a subscriber. That's awesome. That's fantastic.
I've made it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Right, Richard adds Luna to the list of things to check out.
Yeah.
What? You don't have Luna, Richard? Oh my God. Penthouse, Richard.
So we've got DJ Vinyl Vertical.
Scott.
Hello.
Hey, Scott.
Hey, mate. How's it going? And then Liz is saying, hey. Then she's laughing. And she did, I've been in some, she's been in a video twice, I think. Because records that I bought a Texas's Greatest Hits with a poster signed. And I think the Coldplay recycled album that they made out of used materials. So, yeah, we watched Coldplay. I've never been a fan of Coldplay, but I watched the concert, and the actual concert itself was pretty cool, if I'm being honest, with all the stuff going off and balloons and all these.
Speaking of the recycled albums, Joe and I were talking about this the other day. I asked Joe if he was going to get the Eric Carr Kiss album on Record Store Day. They're doing like the whole liquid thing and stuff like that. But what do you guys think of some of the craziest things that's ever been put in a record? I think the one with the blood has to be up there. I forget who did that.
Yeah. They're starting to get a little crazy with stuff. You know, we talked about like Chapel Roan, there's hair inside now and that. I'm all for colored variants and things like that, and I'm all for other variants as well, because thankfully, if for no other reason, and I have nothing against the woman, Taylor Swift has opened up more record pressing plants to press her albums. There you go. That's cool. See, I mean, what the heck? I don't have a problem with them. If I want one, I'll pick it up. And I don't know what it sounds like.
I didn't get it for the audiophile qualities. It's just the theme song. But I saw it, and it was just stupid enough, and I happened to have some money to blow. And I definitely blew it because I think I've listened to it once.
Yeah, but it's cool, though. You've shown it once on YouTube now, so there you go.
Yeah, I think that video is one of my highest charting. It's got like 5 views.
Nice.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
right.
I don't have a problem with those weird variants, whatever, the filled ones. And they're starting to be a little bit more now. So
yeah.
I'm going to go slightly bit more upbeat. A record that I picked up this year from Rhino. And Rhino, if you're watching, you've cost me so much money this year.
Yep. They've been nailing it lately.
It's Wilco AM. I love this album. It is brilliant from start to finish. I've noticed that the lead singer's got a new album out at the moment. I've kind of streamed it in the car. But if anyone wants to get started, we'll go with this one, AM. I think it's still available on Rhino. It's an amazing album from start to finish. And I like the way Rhino put the inner sleeves, the proper inner sleeves, not this paper stuff that they sometimes, these record companies send you. And you're like, I've just spent £70 on an album. You couldn't even put in a proper inner sleeve.
I opened up, like I said, I bought myself 6 the other day. 5 were shit paper sleeves. One had, it was still paper, but it had the anti-static inners, which were good. But yeah, it's ridiculous.
Talking about inner sleeves there, Joe, do you know anybody that would provide like good inner sleeves?
I do. There's a place in Canada called vinylstoragesolutions.ca, but you have to use the promo code Northern10 unless someone else here has one. I'm not sure, Steve, if you ever signed up with Vinyl Storage Solutions and had a code, but yeah. So and it's, I guess they want all these record companies not to put, they want them to put the shitty paper sleeves in so that they can sell them. But you know, maybe it's a conspiracy. Maybe Universal Music owns vinylstoragesolutions.ca. They don't. I'm not just making that up, but yeah, there's a reason why there's companies out there that are making inners and outer sleeves. Outers for sure, but inners as well, because there are still, most of them, you know, regardless of the fact that we're paying 50, 60, 70 bucks and or more for an album, they're still putting them in those lousy paper sleeves, which they know are crap, but they still do it because it's cost saving, right? I mean, it'll save them, what, 10 cents maybe per, you know, but whatever. So yeah, anyway, vinylstoragesolutions.ca, use the promo code Northern10, get yourself some sleeves.
So Rob from Northern Revolutions, there's your plug.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Rob was supposed to be joining us this evening, but he's putting Christmas decorations up.
It's good.
Enjoy. Right. Okay. I think I went last.
You did.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Daryl, what you got, mate?
All right. So I guess it wouldn't be a live stream if I didn't bring these guys up. It's no surprise to anybody who's a regular follower of my channel or the live streams. I got to talk about my favorite Canadian band ever, and that's Glass Tiger. Alan Frew and company. I know Rob's trying to get me to go down to where he is around New Year's. Apparently, they're playing a concert, and I haven't been to a concert in 25 years just because of my location. But I don't know what it is. There's just something about this album here. This isn't the one that's got the autographs. I know Tim Brownrigg went to a concert. He got it autographed, so I've got 2 copies of this. But this is their second album. It has Diamond Sun on it. That's the name of the album. But there's a song on here called My Song, which to me, it's the truest sense of like East Coast Canadian music, that Irish Celtic sound or whatever it is, even though these guys aren't from the East Coast. I think they're a fantastic band. And if I just want to come home and just sit down and just listen to an album that I think is nearly perfect all the way through, it would be this one. Most people, like, if you're not familiar with Glass Tiger, you definitely know Don't Forget Me When I'm Gone, which did go top 40 in the United States in the mid or late 80s. Yeah, some Glass Tiger. Like I said, they're my favorite Canadian band, and it would be unlike me to not show those guys on here. So we'll go with some Glass Tiger.
I was wondering when it was coming. Yeah, I was wondering when he was going to pull it. So I can't get any of those albums in the UK.
Well, we'll get you some. We'll find you. We can find you the first one pretty easily for sure. I don't see that one around a lot, but the first one I see around a lot. So
yeah, the first one, which is called The Thin Red Line, is that's a really good album too. It's got a couple of other big hits on it. The one that's hardest to find that you might be able to find a little easier, I had a hard time finding it, is the third album, Simple Mission, because that's it's only a European press or a Spanish press. Those are the only 2 that were ever done in 1990, 91. So yeah, I don't know what it is. There's just something about them. It's got that I like to call it the Canadian 80s sound is what I'd like to call it. Just mellow, soft rock, soft pop.
There's a question for you, being a Canadian. Has any Canadian artist ever brought an album title called Elbows Up?
Not yet.
Not yet. Still waiting.
Not yet. I'm sure there will be, though. Yeah. I'm sure there will be at some point, maybe. Anyway, you'd think someone would jump on that, but
cool.
Speaking of Canada, so Steve and Chris, when you guys were in the United States, or in Michigan, did you ever come across to Windsor at all?
I have years ago, but when I was living there, no, I never went across to Windsor. I sure looked at it enough times. I've traveled through Canada, all the way to New Brunswick and all that, but it's been years.
Yeah, I went to Canada all the time. We had a cottage across the water growing up, and then when I got older, I moved to Detroit, and I would shoot pre all the problems. I would shoot over to Detroit just to go record shopping or buy cigars all the time, catch concerts. I loved it because I felt like it was the best of both worlds living in Detroit. I truly miss it.
Mm-hmm. Detroit's
Yeah,
a neat city. It's different.
Yeah, I got up to Toronto quite a few times as well to catch concerts. So yeah, I literally moved to the middle of a desert. I feel like there's nothing around me. And that's really what got me to get on YouTube, was because I have no one to talk to this stuff about. I have nowhere to shop for this kind of stuff. I just felt stuck. And this has helped a great deal getting into this whole game, because it's like talking to guys like you about, I will never talk to anybody in 5 years about Glass Tiger.
Yeah,
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. Liz always says to me, "Oh, can we please watch something else except the vinyl community? Please, I'm begging." But it's become. So I'll tell a little story here. So Steve has become part of me and Liz's life on a Sunday morning in bed, and that's going to come out really bad, right? Right. But because he puts the video out early on a Sunday morning in the UK, I go downstairs, get a cup of coffee for me and Liz, and we sit in bed, and she's kind of scrolling, telling me about everybody on Facebook on their lives and stuff. and I'm kind of like, and then I put Steve on, and she's like, "Oh, that's a cool pressing." But she's like, "I like the way he plays the music, so we don't have to stream it." So I know that's kind of weird to anybody else outside of the vinyl community going, "What?" Like,
What?
if I talk to any of my friends about records, they just go, right, okay. So,
Yeah.
but then I've got Alid, Liz's kid. He loves coloured vinyl, like different coloured vinyls, and he put it on. He loves AC/DC. He loves like all that kind of rock music, and I brought him into like Green Day, and he's into Basket Case, and so slowly, he tries to put a record on, and I'm like trembling behind him. You slam that needle down, like begging. But yeah, it's good how different generations. I noticed on YouTube now there's a lot more youngsters showing videos, which when I first started, I think it was actually it's 5 years this month since I started the channel. And to start with, I was just cataloging stuff. That was pretty much what I was doing. And then kind of like about a year ago, I started taking it more seriously and showing stuff. I go through periods where I buy a shitload of records. And then I go, "Oh, did I really need that?"
Yeah. Well, that's always the case. Did I really need that? Well, of course I must have. I bought it.
exactly.
Yeah. And then you got Christopher then, which I watch all the time. And like his Rhino releases or his high fidelity releases, I'm looking at going, Liz is going, "Right, so we got a rule in our house. You have to name 3 tracks before I'm allowed to buy it."
Yeah, I literally have to, every time something gets delivered, thank God my wife sleeps in, because I run out and I have to sneak upstairs and I have to put the box somewhere so I can do an unboxing later. I have to hide everything. Yeah. It ain't easy.
Yeah. Liz, as you say, says to me, "A delivery's come for you again."
Yeah. I still think, although I never bought cocaine, I still think it's cheaper than cocaine. I think. I could be wrong. Maybe it's not. I don't know.
I don't
Depends
know.
on what
I got a couple albums that maybe
6,
not.
7.
Yeah, maybe not. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
But anyway.
The best thing for me is probably my wife not watching, because she has no idea what I buy.
Yeah.
So, best.
I'm going to say records are cheaper.
Okay. Good.
We'll go
Okay.
with
We'll go with that then. Yes. Fair enough.
Let me
Fair
just
enough.
clarify this on my channel. I do not promote any kind of drugs at all, so YouTube do not ban me. Okay, so let's go to the comments and move on very quickly. Spencer's saying I do the same, so he also has a lot of deliveries coming in as well. Let's have a look. Richard is hang on. the chat's moving too quick. I'm clicking on stuff and nothing's happening. Okay. A lot of CDM music came down into the upper Midwest where I grew up, just south of Winnipeg, including Glass Tiger. So there you go. There's that. Right. Joe, what you got, mate?
I forgot, Daryl, I'd like to say thank you because earlier you said the phrase, it's not unusual, and I've been singing Tom frickin' Jones in my head.
I was expecting to show Tom Jones.
Not unusual. It's still in there. I can't get it out. But anyway, it's not that it's a bad song, and but anyway, I don't know why I brought that up now, but it's still stuck in there. Here's an artist. I just chose this one because it is the most recent one that I listened to. Here's a guy that I can listen to over and over and over and over and over and never ever get tired of it. And I know that is somewhat stereotypical of a 60-year-old white dude. Really, you like Tom Petty? No way. But I do. And I really like this album. And I really like all of Tom Petty, and I like Tom Petty's offshoots, and I like, all of that stuff. So again, it's just definitely one that a person could put on. And it's not so much come home from work and listen to it as much as it is on my day offs when I'm just kind of screwing around down here in the basement, or later in the evening, if I want something just nice to finish off with. As Chris mentioned, he listens to a lot of metal through the day. That's not necessarily the case, but time of the evening, you kind of pump it up just a little bit. But Tom's always a really good one for the end of the evening. And again, just one of my favorite Tom Petty albums as well, Into the Great Wide Open. So there's an artist that I can definitely put on and mellows me out, calms me down, makes me happy as well. We had a show about being happy a couple of weeks ago, Daryl and I, and he is definitely an artist that puts me in a good mood. And it's not necessarily... Now, for the most part, Tom's is not too depressing music, and it's not, it's not that it's upbeat and happy specifically music, but it puts me in a better mood listening to Tom Petty. And then it's depressing when I think about the fact he's no longer with us. But
right, yeah.
Oh, mate. I was on a live stream last night till early hours in the morning, and I've had absolute rollicking off Liz about it. Just tuning in, needed some distance from the 3-hour conversation with Chris last night. And I wasn't the only one on there, right?
yeah.
A's for Alice, B's for Bob was on there, and it was really, really cool. So, it was actually, I'm trying to get Trevor on from next week and Steve as well.
Trevor's another Michigan guy.
Yes.
Not currently, but another Michigan guy. So,
and he does the VC meetup, and he does all the live streams and that kind of stuff, and he's a cool dude.
Just an overall good dude, exactly.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Let's go to Christopher.
Michigan guy.
There you go.
Awesome.
So this is another one in keeping with I have probably half of my collection is soundtrack related. This is not a soundtrack, but it is a soundtrack. And this is Pilot Priest, original motion picture soundtrack. And this guy is a synth pop, synth wave artist. And this is a 3-album set where he basically records his versions of popular movies. So we've got Body Double, After Hours, Silver Bullet, Miracle Mile, Manhunter, Rumblefish, Firefox, Streets of Fire, Thief, The Black Hole, Legend, Xanadu, Rad, Cat People, and it goes on and on. It's 3 albums, and it's all synth pop. And what's fun about it is it really it makes you think about the movie as much as the music you're listening to, because sometimes I'll be listening to it and I'll say, is this supposed to be The Black Hole? Or, oh, I could see how this could be The Black Hole. So he re-recorded themes for all those movies, all of his favorite movies. And this was put out by Waxwork, I think 6 or 7 years ago. And they're constantly asking for them to repress it, and they haven't yet. But Pilot Priest, very sort of underground synthwave artist, but a lot of people in the Waxwork community are asking, like, when are you going to reprint this album? Because it's so good. So if you like Tangerine Dream or Jean-Michel Jarre, or more modern stuff like the John Carpenter stuff he's been doing lately, that's what this sounds like.
You
Yeah,
must,
highly-
being a soundtrack guy and knowing of Waxworks, that's probably where a lot of those packages come from that you were
Yeah.
talking about that you have to hide. Yeah, I don't have a lot. I've got the Godzilla and I've got the Halloween and a couple others, and they just do fantastic pressings and interesting, cool stuff. Waxworks is a great little record company that has done well for themselves too.
Yeah, Waxwork built their own record pressing plant, so they do everything in house. They also press other people's albums, but recently there's another guy, Terror Vision,
Yeah.
Ryan, and he's got his own pressing plant started. He does more B movie sort of direct to video horror movie stuff.
Okay.
But both of those really good, really good.
That's awesome. That's good. Yeah.
Yeah,
John
I was
Carpenter's-
going to say that triple gatefold is absolutely stunning on that.
Yeah, I think that's probably part of the reason they haven't repressed it, because this jacket must have cost a pretty penny.
Yeah, no
to produce.
kidding. Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like a old Yes album, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
John Carpenter was almost as good of a musician as he was a movie director, wasn't he? He was some pretty great stuff. So
Yeah, I have all of his stuff on vinyl and even one on reel to reel. He had a band with the guy who played Michael Myers and the guy that directed Halloween 3, and they put out an album called the Coupe de Villes that
Cool.
everybody's begging for them to repress, but they won't. And if you
Yeah.
I've only found the album once, and they wanted $2,000 for it.
yeah,
So yeah,
Crazy.
so
yeah,
I knew a buddy who had one, and he wouldn't sell his, but I did get to tape it on reel to reel, so I have a reel to reel copy of
that's good.
Did you say Coupe de Ville? Is that the movie that had Patrick Dempsey in it?
it. It is, but his band is the Coupe de Villes. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll find it. Oh, here it is.
There's an album I really go on. Hang on,
Yeah.
2 secs.
There
There
you
you
go.
So
Oh,
there's
okay,
John.
okay.
That's Tommy Lee Wallace, and that's Nick Castle, who played Michael Myers. And it's a really bad album. It's not good.
But you got to have
very,
it.
very 80s, because he sings on it. So if you heard him sing in Big Trouble in Little China, he did the theme song. Sounds like that. But you can actually hear in the songs on here several motifs that end up in his soundtracks. Like he was like, well, that's a pretty good. I'll use it for this movie. So several of his movie soundtrack themes have ended up coming from this.
Cool.
Yeah. Nerd. I'm a nerd.
Nope, it's all good. Well, yeah, me too. So I don't care. It's good.
I think that's what the vinyl community is.
A little bit.
Guess you're right.
We're being honest, anyway. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, the album I really want to get. I'm a massive Dexter fan,
Oh,
so
yeah.
I really want to get that on vinyl. But the price at the moment is just insane.
Yeah.
I remember
The
like
soundtrack stuff goes for stupid money.
I remember 10, 15 years ago, they released the DVD set. But it was an actual box that you had to lift up. And he keeps the blood in the trays, or the actual DVDs were in the trays, different colors. And it was amazing. But
Yeah.
now I'm really geeking out.
That's extra nerd. That's extra nerd right there, my friend. But that's okay.
I just watched the new series of Dexter, and I think I completed it within a day and a half.
Same. Yeah, same.
Right, okay, let's go to the comments real quick. Here he is. You right, mate? And he's saying, afternoon, gents. Right, okay, let's have a look. Trevor's saying, if you dig John Carpenter's music, check out the band Voyager 3.
I will.
So,
Cool.
Thank you. Yeah, I will.
do you know, every time I do a live stream, it costs me money.
Yep.
Yeah.
One way or another.
Yep. But that's okay. Cheaper than cocaine, right?
Well,
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
Arguably.
Maybe.
Right. Okay. Let's go. Steve, what you got, mate?
All right. I was just thinking about these guys starting pressing plants. I don't know, 5-6 years ago, there was like almost no pressing plants in the United States. Everything had to go to Europe. Now they're like everywhere.
Metallica has one.
I remember going to the Third Man Records when they opened up theirs in Detroit. They had their grand opening. It was insane. It was so cool though. And in fact, I did a 3-part series of that record plant in there because they were so open for me just saying, hey, can I come in? And they says, yeah, come in. We'll give you a personal tour. Just phenomenal.
That was a good video, actually. I really enjoyed that series. That was it takes you behind the scenes, like kind of what's something you wouldn't normally see and how start to finish, and like the actual records itself and the vinyl. And it's anyway. Sorry, Steve.
No, that's fine. Those people are great. So, all right, you guys have had some aggressive stuff. So let's get a little. Sometimes, instead of kicking the dog or the cat or whatever, you just throw on a record instead because you don't want to get arrested. But the Cramps.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, bad music for bad people. God bless it. I love this album. It took me forever to find the original. My friend Dave, local bandography, if you're still on, Dave, who said, hey, I just found a Cramps OG. But I did. And this is all killer, no filler, garbage man, need a new kind of kick, human fly, drug train, TV set, goo goo muck. It has it all. I find there's just times where you want to just release because you're pissed off about something. God bless the Cramps. Coming in second would be the Sex Pistols for me. But yeah, either of those two, I'm in a very good place. And I don't think I really break anything either, which is always a plus. So that's a good thing.
Steve, I remember watching the video. How long did it take you to actually pick that up?
That took me almost 5 years to find. And you could see it on Discogs going for incredible. I mean, it was just stupid money they were asking for. And so finally, I was in a record store here that is a brand new record store. I went in, talking to the owner, and he has this case. And all of a sudden I look in there and go, oh, my God. Oh my God. There it is. And since I was doing some, I told him I was going to film and show his story. He goes, I'll give you a deal on that too. I go, oh yeah. 5 years of hunting. My friend Dave was looking for me. He'd be sending me us on Instagram, which I don't go on every day. So it'd be like a month later. I look, oh, hey, Dave found one, but it's gone now.
Yeah.
So,
did you ever see the Cramps, Steve?
No, I mean, and that is just, God bless it. I wish I would have.
They used to play Detroit all the time. In fact, my friends in the Von Bondies opened for them at the Majestic, and I got to photograph the show. And the Cramps are kind of like the Ramones. They're getting reappreciated now. They didn't get the kudos that, when they were around. And now it's one of those grail bands.
It is. Yeah. And I learned about 1983. I had a buddy bring over songs the Lord taught us. And we dropped that. I dropped the needle and go, oh, my God, I'm missing out on this thing. And became a fan. Yeah. But never saw them live.
Bummer.
Okay. Let me go through the comments real quick. Richard's saying, Cramps, yes. We've got Mr. Walker on. Wow, I'm dreaming. What a panel. Christopher, Darrell, and Joe, and some guy in a Cramps outfit.
Thanks, Rob.
Thank you, sir.
And then the smiley face. Nothing. So, right, I will go next. Let's have a quick look. Okay, let's go with one of the best songwriters to come out of Canada. Is this not a Canada theme? We've done this 2 weeks ago. I feel like I'm repeating myself here. But, come on.
Very nice.
Lightfoot. What can I say? A absolutely phenomenal artist. And I'm in the process of collecting them when I see them, picking them up. When I go to record stores or record fairs. But I find record fairs these days are overpriced. I don't know, you guys go to any record fairs at all and kind of go that's way overpriced. What is going on here? But I So my mum used to have this on tape and CD. She used to play it every Sunday morning when she used to be cooking food for us. And I didn't take much notice until years later. And then I got into him, and I absolutely love Gordon Lightfoot. So what a songwriter from Canada. So yeah,
I think he's one of those artists, because it was the same for me, where you write him off when you're younger because it's not cool or whatever, and then all of a sudden there's a light bulb goes on and it's like, oh shit, that's pretty darn good. So
and I think
and
he's gonna have another moment because that Rhino Reserves is coming out with that Gordon Lightfoot.
Yeah, I think I left a comment on your channel, Chris.
Yeah.
And I was like, if there's one I want to pick up, it's that one.
Yeah,
if they're releasing them now, I want it.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate sometimes that people passing means more people realize that they are out there and find them. So, and I think that was the case with Gord for sure, is that until he was gone, it's like painters. It's the same thing, right? Artists, a lot of the time, unfortunately, their best time is when they passed away, which is unfortunate and sad, but it is. So.
Yeah, I just wish I paid more attention being younger. But when I was younger, like going from teenager into my 20s, you had Stereophonics, you had Oasis, you had Blur, the old Britpop kind of thing going on there, and I was more into like that scene than the Gordon Lightfoot. But as I'm getting older, I'm becoming more songwriter, kind of relaxing. As soon as I hit 40, I had gout, blood pressure went up, everything went wrong.
Hey, Chris, just wait till you hit 50 and the metabolism just says, bye, we're leaving right now.
I just look at Chinese. I just have to look at Chinese food or Indian food, and my stomach starts going straight away. Just like, yeah.
But
so
my
cool.
whole childhood was Slayer and Metallica and Anthrax, and now it's Steely Dan.
Yeah.
What happened?
I mean, it's not like what we're saying is some big surprise, but it really does happen more often. But there's still guys that will still be just Slayer and Anthrax and that. So, but I found that age definitely widened my taste a lot, actually.
Same.
So,
Yeah.
You do.
I've been finding that as I get older too, the lyrics start meaning a little bit more. Whereas when I was a teenager, it was just like, I'll probably be showing one later with Tool, but I mean, I was a huge Tool fan. I still am, but the lyrics didn't mean much to me. But you talk about Gordon Lightfoot, the lyrics mean everything in his music.
Whenever I think of Canada, I always go to that guy. If for some reason my brain, I just think of Gordon Lightfoot straight away.
Sure. Yep.
No, Canada's Bachman Turner Overdrive. That's Canada. That is
Corey Hart.
I grew up with Bachman Turner.
Corey Hart's amazing.
Thank Christ we're not bringing up Bryan Adams there. I just said it, but that's it. We're done. Done. Move on.
Joe, what are you doing to yourself, mate?
Move on. Someone had to say his name. It's not a live stream that I'm on that some doesn't at least say his name. This time it just happened to be me. But anyway, I digress.
Okay, let me go through the comments real quick. Hang on. Don't tell Steve, but bad music for bad people is the same as UK comp off the comp. Yeah.
Great. Thanks, Harris.
Right. Okay. AV Chris, when going from Blondies to Meadowbrook, Chris will get that.
Yeah. Meadowbrook, staple of my childhood. Yep. Saw the first Morrissey tour there. Monkeys, tons of stuff. Meadowbrook, absolutely. And the drummer from Blondie, Clem Burke, was I got to meet him several times because I worked with the Romantics a lot doing photography, and they had an album that Clem drummed on. So I was like, all I did was corner him and talk to him about Blondie. He probably was like, okay, all right.
Very cool.
Shit, mate, how many jobs have you had?
Yeah, I've been a music guy my whole life, started in childhood. And as soon as I realized you could sneak backstage or hold a camera and get backstage, meet them for free. Yeah.
So is that all you have to do? Just bring a camera in, they just let you go wherever? Is
So
that it?
There's a lot from Almost Famous that seems like my childhood because I used to wear suits and carry a attaché case and walk in the back door and then just take all my clothes off, put them in the briefcase, and I was in the show for free.
There you go.
More than once. Yeah.
It's like the dude that walked into the Super Bowl because he was carrying a ladder and he had on a pair of coveralls.
gonna say
You gotta
the ladder.
be fixing something.
Yeah.
How about
Hey
it,
man,
bro?
I'm just here to work. Yeah.
Exactly. I'm just working. Yeah, just working. Excuse me. Yeah, for sure.
Right. Okay. Let me carry on with the comments real quick. Chris, I thought when you thought of Candy, you thought of me. Well done, Rob. Nice of me. And then he's going, Brian Adams.
Yeah.
And then Trevor saying, I have a feeling, Christopher, I have several mutual friends.
Yeah. Find me on Facebook. We'll catch up.
I'll send you the link, Trevor.
There you go.
Right. Okay. Let's have a look. Did I go last?
I think you're up because I think Steve just did the cramps. Yeah.
I just did Gordon Lightfoot, didn't I?
Yeah,
Oh,
you
you
just
did
did Gordon Lightfoot.
Yeah, that's right. Yep. Yep.
Wow, we
Right.
already forgot.
Still on his first
There we go.
year?
So my last pick, I talked about my favorite Canadian band. So I might as well go with, and I mean, I'm not saying they're the same type of music, but I would say that in the mellow aspect of it all, my favorite American band of all time. I've even done a deep dive of their albums, and that's Bruce Hornsby and the Range. I just love this album. Mandolin Rain for me comes in there at, if I'm going to come home and I just want to sit back and just chill.
Yes.
And I'm not saying that you want to think about, you don't want to just sit there after work thinking about how shitty the world can be. But I think that Bruce Hornsby's music gets you thinking about just life in general, that, hey, I just came home from work and maybe there's other things out there that are way worse than my job. I mean, he goes into every social aspect from environmentalism to racism to everything. And I think that all three of his albums, The Way It Is, Scenes from the South Side, and A Night on the Town, which actually Across the River is probably my favorite Bruce song of all time. It just gets you thinking. But Mandolin Rain is just, to me, the piano, the mandolin that's on there, it's just killer. There's no filler on any of his albums, and I think that he's, I forget which was when you were talking about Duran Duran, Christopher, and the Notorious album. I think that as an artist, as a band, I think Bruce Hornsby and the Range is possibly, in my opinion, one of the most underrated American bands that's ever come out. And just something I could listen to all day long.
Yeah, their albums are audiophile quality. 100%.
Yeah. And he's a huge baseball fan. Supports I forget who he supports, but he's just an amazing guy.
And he's tall.
Is he tall?
Yes,
Yeah.
very tall guy. Not that it matters, but he is.
Let's have a look at the chat. Well done, Darryl. Good choice there, mate.
Yeah.
Right, hang on. Okay. So we got Chance here. Constant bloody. Steve Paulson runs this city.
Hey, Chance.
Yeah. I was watching his live stream and I said I'd have Steve on, and he was like, yeah, you're going to enjoy this one. Okay. Yeah, what Chance said. So, right, okay. We will go to Joe. What you got, mate?
All right, up next. This is an artist that is part of a larger group of soul music, but it's Reverend Al Green. So it just happened to be the album that kind of first came to mind, but this whole genre is definitely something that I can put on and I can listen to again, almost anytime, but it is certainly lovely end of day music, lovely sit around in the evening music and listen to. It's just fantastic. This is a very beat up copy, but it doesn't matter. I love it. So again, it's not so much Al Green in general, but it's Bill Withers, it's Al Green, it's all of those guys, it's the Temptations, it's the Four Tops, it's Motown, it's all of the soul, and the funk too. But that's kind of different. But this, for this purposes of today, and what you like to come home to and listen to, that puts you in a good mood or a mellow mood or settles you down or wakes you up a little bit sometimes too as well. But so again, not necessarily specifically Al, but Al is a very good representation of that. And so yeah, there you go. A little Al Green, but more than just Al Green, really.
Cool.
Yeah.
Soul music at its finest, for sure.
Yeah. It's just good, and it's just good all the time. You know, I don't know. Is there bad soul music out there? Probably. I guess there's bad everything, but I'd be hard pressed to think of something like a bad soul album being pressed. That there just had to be something redeeming about it. There's lots of bad metal, and there's lots of bad rock, and there's some bad jazz as well, but that's arguable because jazz is what it is. But you know, I'd be hard pressed to find, but there probably is hard pressed to find, and some will tell us that there's bad soul like along the lines of that. So
I think Richard likes your selection there, Joe.
that's good. Richard has very good taste. I always enjoy listening to Richard and having Richard on. I just noticed that Billie Eilish is upside down or sideways, but Billie Eilish is always kind of sideways anyway. So anyway, I digress. So I like that album. That's a good album too. See, that's another artist. That's a new artist that I could listen to. And I didn't at first, but I've come around to Billie Eilish, and it's some pretty interesting stuff and some very talented stuff as well. There you go. Lots of bad jazz. Perfect. But is it bad jazz, or is it jazz that you don't like? Because I think that could be a different thing, right? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
Concert Buddy saying, fun panel, Chris. Nice work, buddy. Well, I try.
He does. He does try.
Some of the panel could use it as driving them up the wall.
No, I told you that I always look forward to your texts, even when there's 100 in a row. Ding, 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 ding. Just kidding. I look forward to them all the time.
I just can't believe he texts. It's like midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning, Chris's time, and he's texting. Go, what the hell? Shouldn't he be in bed by now?
So my shift pattern at the moment makes me that I'm finishing at 12 p.m. in the evening.
Ah.
So I start at 5 and I finish at 12. So, but then I go to bed about 3 or 4 because I can't sleep. It's like finishing work at 5 p.m. So you got all that time before you're supposed to go to bed. So my mind is going. And then I'm like texting people. Steve's probably looking, what the hell is wrong with this guy?
Exactly. I go, Jesus, this guy don't sleep.
Well, Richard calls me a vampire.
That's all right, though.
Let's have a look here.
Yeah, I saw that. So, yeah, I get that. I just, like I said, it just seemed to me that that's a category that would be very specific to the listener as whether it was good or bad. But I don't know anything about jazz other than I like Dave Brubeck, which we talked about earlier. So
Dave knows everything, local bandara, everything about jazz, except he likes the bad jazz, the free jazz stuff. So
does he? Yeah. Well, there you go.
It's like what?
Sorry,
Dave.
I've got to be perfectly honest. I've got one jazz album, I think, in my collection that my friend gave to me because he got rid of his record collection. I thought, oh, that looks expensive. I'll keep that. But I enjoy more going to a jazz club and having a whiskey and just taking it all in. So, hang on.
So
there you go. Chris has a little bit.
I was just at a garage sale. And I said, do you have any records? And they went, yeah, I think so. And these are all Dave Brubeck's.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I said, "What are you asking for those?" And they said, "Well, make me an offer." And I said, $5, done. $5.
Very nice.
Vinyl vampire.
Yeah, very nice. Hey,
And there's nothing around me, so I end up hitting a lot of garage sales and just asking.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. That's
Chance,
good.
I think Chance is taking the piss here. Channel rebrand, Vinyl Vampire might be taken. Thanks, mate.
Yeah.
Chance, if you're listening, I want to get you on a live stream. And to be honest, his live stream, I don't know the hell he does it because the comments are just, how do you keep up? I just, hang on 2 seconds before I go to Christopher. Bruce Willis released the return of the Bruno album.
Sure.
Yeah,
Okay. Fine. I stand corrected. Although I have that album. So
It's too soon. It's too soon to start knocking Bruce Willis. You need to.
yeah,
You
that's
wouldn't
true.
remember anyway.
Yeah, I do. I have that album though. So
yeah, just wait for the greatest hits to come out in a few years. So
So here's my next pick, and some of these picks, a few of them are because my wife and I will listen to something while we're eating dinner, and she asks for this one a lot. This is Pete Yorn and Scarlett Johansson. It's called Breakup, and it had 2 songs that did pretty well, Realtor and Blackie's Dead. And it's real mid-tempo stuff. And one of the cool things about this is every time I play this at work, people always say, "Well, I really like what you're playing. What are you playing?" And I'm like, "It's Scarlett Johansson. That's Scarlett Johansson." They're like, "Wait, from the Avengers movies?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's really good." It's essentially a Pete Yorn solo album with Scarlett Johansson. They sing duets about a couple that broke up. It's a concept album. And then a couple years later, I have the other one too. They did a follow-up where that couple that got divorced is now. But they're real upbeat, mid-tempo pop songs and really good. Really good after work. You can kind of put it on, let it play in the background. And when Realtor and Blackie's Dead pop up, they're the more up-tempo ones on the album. But it's a fantastic album and sounds great. It's really good sounding. So that's my pick. Breakup.
damn it, man, you're building a list for me here.
Yeah, you want to follow up to that one as well. I can't remember it. I'll find it. Go to somebody else.
Oh, okay. So Chance is saying Bruce Willis albums, Don Johnson albums.
Don Johnson. Yeah, I think I might have that somewhere along the lines too, so, that I kept just because. So.
Okay. I forgot about Bruce Willis, to be honest. I knew he had a song out at some point. I remember way back. And they were doing MTV were doing a documentary about songs from actors or something random I was watching.
Yeah, I don't know where it is. But here's my next problem is I took the entire year to ultrasonic clean everything. And now I need to alphabetize everything because I can't find anything. They're so whacked out of order at this point after a year of cleaning, but they sound good. But there is a follow-up to that album. Look it up. Pete Yorn.
I'll look. Yeah, I'll check it out. I look at my supplier that I can get from stuff, and there's a little bit on there. There's a few. Anyway, I'll check it out. Thank you. That's good.
Yes, I don't want to put a downer on this live stream, but Steve, where did you start after the flood?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What do you mean? How or what?
How did you? Where did you start? You know when you had that flood that came through the house. Were you looking at your collection, going, "Where do I start here?"
Well, not really. Just what are you going to do? It happened. It's gone. So it's like, okay, hey, move on. And so I just began thinking, what albums do I really, really want to have? What's the most important albums to me? And that's kind of where I'm going to start, to bring things back in. But so many people sent me record albums, though someone did send me a Telly Savalas album that I never played.
Legit, baby.
I couldn't do it. But they began coming in, and there was a list out there. Someone compiled a list of a lot of my favorite albums, and so people were trying to find those albums and send it to me. And this is just vinyl. So this is what vinyl community does. I mean, the community aspect of it, which is why when people get down on vinyl community, I have a hard time with it because they really came in and a bad time for me, and they just, I mean, I couldn't be anything but grateful and happy. So, but I knew when certain albums that I had to have back in that make me happy. And now, 5 years later, I got Purge. So
That's 5 years. Oh my goodness.
yeah, it's 5 years almost. Isn't that something? Man, time flies.
Wow. Right. Okay. I think we're done with the chat a minute. Let's take him from Quackers onto the main screen.
All right.
Steve.
Well, and just this is a good segue, very nice segue, because this album was gifted to me by Brian out in Maine. He had just shown, he found it in a bar, in a flea market. I says, damn, I've been looking for that. And he just goes, I'll send it to you. And Shamrock Records out in Maine. But the Water Boys, this is an all-time favorite album that puts a smile on my face. If you're having a bad day, something's going wrong, this is my favorite Water Boys because it's very Celtic. And the accordion happening, the flute, it's Fisherman's Blues, and just the song Fisherman Blues itself. I can't help but smiling and feel great every time I hear that. A bang on the ear. The guy goes through a list of all his girlfriends. He's going to give them a bang on the ear, which I had to look up and go, what the hell? Is he going to punch him in the ear? No, it's like a pat on the head or just to say hi. I didn't know. I just thought it sounded kind of violent. But When Will We Be Married? Strange Boat. Sweet Things on here. There's even one where the poetry is recited, which generally I'd be puking and throwing up. But I actually like it. So, I mean, wow. This is just an outstanding album that I was looking for 3-4 years, couldn't find a copy of it. And then one of the VC members was kind enough to ship it my way. And because, a lot of albums that I really wanted, I kept the vinyl. There's my original vinyl that I had. Just record album covers tend to not handle floodwaters very well.
Yeah.
So I cleaned up a lot of my favorite albums up. For some reason, I saved Walter Murphy's A Fifth of Beethoven.
Oh, I love that album.
I got that album.
But really, it's a 50-cent album, and I don't know what. I think it was just trauma. Sometimes maybe I was traumatized, and so I just kept Fifth of Beethoven. I saved it. I actually have not. So, but yeah, great album. This is one that makes me extremely happy whenever I listen to it. The Water Boys, Fisherman Blues.
Yes. So Harris Pilton saying that Water Boys album is tremendous. Fisherman's Blues is one of the greatest tunes ever.
Yeah, I agree, Harris.
So
can't go wrong with a lot of their stuff. Actually, they're probably a fly under the radar for not a number of people is what I was going to say, but I guess that's kind of the case.
Cult
but
band.
good stuff. Good, really good stuff. Yeah.
And the response by the VC was incredible. Yeah,
it was. Yep.
100%. Yeah. Okay. I have lost track. Don't worry, Joe.
It's you.
Yeah. The damn thing won't move. Right. Okay. Something completely different, and I'm probably going to get some shit from the comments on this one, but I absolutely love this artist, and it's Mr. Post Malone. This is the album he made before he went all country. So there he is at his poolside. And there's his truck.
There's his truck.
If he's going to go to country, this might indicate you that he's going to country because he's got a truck right
Well, I
in the
mean,
middle.
he is from Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's an amazing album. Shall I show the vinyl?
Sure. Very
It's
nice.
on like a green Coke bottle. Can I see? So it doesn't do any justice on the video, but one of my favorite tracks in here is Chemical Morning, Too Cool to Die. It's an amazing album. And yeah, so that's Mr. Post Malone.
I have the one before that album. I don't have that album, but I have the one before it with Running in Circles, I think is the name of the song on it.
Is that the one with Is that the one with Sunflower as well? He done for Spider-Man.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I love his stuff. I don't care for the country albums, but anything before, I'm a big fan of.
That's an artist I would travel to see live.
Yeah.
Which
come visit me. Maybe we can go find him.
There you go. Yeah.
I couldn't tell you a song from him. I just know the name, but I really know nothing about him at all. Huh.
I don't like his rap earlier stuff, but the singing side of it, and because this is more of like a poppy kind of album.
Correct. Yeah.
So
the one I have.
Yeah, and then he went
pop songs.
And then he went like country and that kind of stuff. So yeah.
I do like him too. I think the only issue I have with him, but I mean, this is just I think it's just modern music in general. Is the auto tune can be a little too much sometimes, but I do like his not country stuff as well.
Yeah. Let's have a look at the chat real quick. One of my two favorite Road Boy albums, along with this, is C.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Right. See, and you got no crap in the comments, which is the way that it should be. I'm never a big proponent of, oh, that guy sucks. How about I'm not a big fan? Let's go with that from now on. I mean, because what we all listen to, but there's Anyway, that's a whole different rant. And I've done it myself before, and I've stopped doing that because I'm not a big Post Malone fan. But I'm not going to say he's crap because he's not crap to you, and that's what matters. And he's not crap to other people. I'm not a fan. I don't listen to it, but that doesn't mean he's crap. But you know,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Anyway, off my soapbox. Sorry. Go ahead.
The chat is up to date. That is fantastic. Makes my job a lot easier.
Can you see? I put a picture down. Like if you're adding me to the, can you put that picture up quick? There's that album I think that you're talking about, right, Chris? Yeah.
And
yeah.
That's more of an EP.
Okay, but that's the one that you were talking about.
Correct.
Okay,
so
cool.
It's the breakup and apart. Yeah, they're two sequel albums, both concepts, following one couple that got divorced and how that couple feels about each other years down the road. That's apart.
Cool. Have to look for those. That's good. Thanks, Chris. You go.
You really threw me on that one.
No, you got it.
Hell is on stage backstage here. I was like, the only people I've invited are the people who are on here.
Yeah. Well, look, Scarlett Johansson's backstage.
It was randomly just trying to request to come on. Right. Okay. We'll do one more round and we'll wrap it up. I like to wrap it up kind of the 2-hour mark because after 2 hours, it's people get a bit bored and stuff. And I try and keep it to that because I know there's a lot of people watch this later on.
Well, it's also my nap time.
Yeah.
That. Yeah, that.
Okay. Daryl, do you want to do a fast, quick round?
So this is a speed round, or is this one more round and then a speed round?
Let's just do a quick speed round. Whatever you got left, just kind of show it and we'll go from there.
Okay. I have quite a few here for a speed round, so I'll try to do it quickly. All right. So this is if I finished work and I want to go for a drive in my car, although where I live, that would be almost impossible because no highways around here or anything, and it's all just potholes and mud. But if I wanted to go for a drive, I would listen to some Tom Cochran's Mad Mad World after a long day of work. It's got Life as a Highway, but it's also got No Regrets. It's also got some more mellow tunes. Sinking Like a Sunset's probably my favorite Tom Cochrane song, but Tom Cochrane's Mad Mad World, and you can't go wrong with his Red Rider days as well. In the 80s, if I want to get a little bit angsty, and go with my 90s grunge, by far, this is my favorite grunge album. Maybe it's an EP, I guess, whatever you want to call it. But Alice in Chains, Jar of Flies, amazing, angsty kind of music. If I want to go the workers route and I want to feel a little bit wild, I'll go with Bruce's Born in the USA. That'd be another good car driving album. Here we go, Chris, another greatest hits. I was just listening to this before the show. Linkin Park's Paper Cuts, but this has all the big stuff. I mean, in the end, Crawling, What I've Done, Lost, Numb, fantastic to me after work stuff.
I don't know how many times I've been referenced in the VC of greatest hits now. I've just completely lost this point.
Tools, Undertow. This is if I want to just, Steve, you talked about your get pissed off after work.
Yeah.
This would be mine. This was my getting mad after high school days, but as a teacher, I'd go with that. If I'm going to go a little bit jazzy, but this isn't jazz. I would say it's jazzy, maybe ambient. Canadian Gino Vanelli, soft pop. If you haven't listened to him, but he's definitely got that soft, mellow, jazzy feel, electronic.
I still want the backstory to what happened just before that album cover was taken. I don't know.
Yeah.
Show it again. What was going on right before? Or
what was going on right before? Actually, you talked about the getting high stuff. There's actually a song on here called Getting High, but it has nothing to do with that. It's about getting high on life. Maybe that one. But speaking of getting high, not that I partake in any of this stuff, but I do remember this from my high school days. The only one of the few rap albums I have.
Yeah.
Cypress Hill. Although if you look over here, I've got, speaking of Detroit, Michigan, I got all my Temu Eminem posters, but if I want to just go to a whole other realm after work, I'll listen to some Cypress Hill. And then I got one other one just to finish this off. I don't know what it is. Paul Carrick.
Oh yeah. Good.
I could go to him all day long, whether it's Mike and the Mechanics, whether it's him as a solo artist, whether it's him with Ace in the early 70s. Just fantastic. Come home and relax music right there.
Really good.
Cool, mate. Very cool. When you said you got a few, I was expecting like 10 albums then. I was like...
I picked up, I took out 12, so I think that was probably the last 5 or 6.
Okay.
And you mentioned that you can't really go driving around because there's too many potholes and mud. I think that's Post Malone's next album title.
Potholes and Mud.
Potholes and Mud.
Nice one, Joe. Let's keep the comedy going.
Yeah, sure. Okay, I don't have that many, but I'll run through them quick. Zombies. This is just such a fantastic album, and I don't know how it didn't hit originally, but I'm glad that it eventually hit, and that finally we found out about it. So, Zombies, Odyssey, and the Oracle, just a wonderful.
Well, I have to get that one. I mean, whether it's a repress or not, that's the one Psych album that's missing from my collection.
This is
they just released that mono cut, didn't they?
Yeah, they just released the mono. Yeah, and it sounds really, really good, actually. It sounds very good. So this is a Canadian original, but it's pretty beat up, so I've got another. And then, they just released the mono. This one I just picked up a little while ago, too, and I can listen to these guys in general. This is another group of artists, I suppose, but I finally found this. We've talked about this before on the Wednesday night show. It happened to be in a collection that I didn't end up buying all of it, but I bought some. But the Highwaymen and just the Highwaymen, just so good. I like Johnny, I like Chris, I like Willie, and I like Waylon. So tough to pass up on that one. That was good. Also in the country vein, but not the country vein, but just singer-songwriter extraordinaire I can listen to. And I just happened to pick Copperhead Road, but anything from Steve Earle, I can listen to there's a lot of artists that I can listen to everything, but I can certainly listen to anything from Steve Earle, and there will be. I'll never skip it. Let's put it that way. If I'm on something I can skip, I'll never skip a Steve Earle song. Real quick, can't be a show with me without talking about Springsteen. I just have to pick The Rising. This is a fantastic album. Of course, the one that he wrote after 9/11. Really, really good album. The only song that I didn't get to see when I saw him twice last year was not waiting on a sunny day, but or was it? Anyway, the only not regret, but waiting on a sunny day. That's exactly what it was. Good Lord. I'm trying to go too fast. That was the only song I didn't do.
I was waiting for you to pull Nebraska box set.
Yeah, no, I've shown that one lots, but it's really, really good. I listened to that again. The Outtakes album is almost better for me than the electric version of Nebraska, and that might be sacrilegious to say a little bit, but the Outtakes album is really, really good. I like it. This is another band. I just happened to pick this one, but Dire Straits is a band that I can put on. Again, more of an evening, later in the night type of an album to put on, but the band is fantastic. And another band that I came to later, and I'm not exactly sure why. I said it before, I'll say it again. Maybe I took them a little too literal when I didn't want to hear that trumpet playing band. I'm not sure, but now I'm all over Dire Straits. And this one, the Stones, and maybe the Stones in general, but this is a wonderful, wonderful album. I really like this album. And yeah, it's got Miss You, and yeah, Miss You's a disco song, but I don't give a rat's ass. Everything else on here, like Faraway Eyes, if I was saying $20 too. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that, but Some Girls, respectable, everything on here, Shattered. This is just a killer album. My favorite.
That's my favorite Stones album. That's my favorite. It's the very first one I ever bought, and yeah, I love that album.
It's just so good, start to finish. It's definitely one I could put on again. If I had the opportunity to skip anything, I wouldn't skip anything off of that album. So there you go.
Cool. Well done, Joe. Right. Christopher.
Hey, Speed Round, I found it. That's the other one.
Perfect.
And yeah, that's 5 songs. The first one's 9. That one's 5. But
Okay, cool.
Definitely worth getting. Another big one that gets a lot of play is Matthew's Sweet Girlfriend.
Awesome.
This is the recent repress from Intervention. Fantastic sound. Unbelievable sound.
Yep.
Another one that gets a lot of play. This is a weird one. The soundtrack to Wildlife.
Okay.
And this movie was the pseudo sequel to Fast Times at Ridgemont High and had the entire score by Eddie Van Halen. But only one song made it to the soundtrack called Donut City. But he did the whole soundtrack, instrumental guitar. And you can find it on YouTube. It's never been released except for the song on this soundtrack. But it's pop songs. Bananarama, Charlie Sexton is on here, Eddie Van Halen, Andy Summers from the Police. So a lot of people outside of their band projects did this. Very 80s, but I love it. Another one from coming home from work is anything by Jean-Michel Jarre. Oxygen is just one of my favorites. Instrumental synth stuff, fantastic. This one got played last night again after coming home from work. Soundtrack to Electric Dreams. It's Giorgio Moroder. Most all of it he produced. It's got Culture Club and Philip Oakey from that 3-piece. Keep Feeling Fascination. That band.
Human League.
Yeah, Human League. That's 55. Oh, and this is the last one.
55.
Keith Emerson Nighthawk soundtrack. Again, it's instrumental, groove-oriented stuff, very similar to the Tangerine Dream I showed earlier, but soundtrack to Nighthawks. This is a great one. That's it.
Cool. Well done, mate.
Very nice.
Yeah, I'm not going to beat that, am I? I may as well just end the stream now. Right, okay, let's head over to Steve.
Well, I only had one album left. So
there you
obviously I had this planned out.
Yes, well done, mate.
You're
right.
welcome. You bet. And no one's shown this one. It's Christopher Cross.
Oh.
I mean, this is just, I mean, it's a feel-good album. It's only usually $1 unless you want to get a reissue for $30 or $40.
Yeah.
Or maybe an audio file for $50 or $60. But otherwise, go to the bargain bin for $1. They're usually pretty clean. But I really, really like this. I've never bought anything else with him. I don't know why, but I haven't. But this one, I mean, gee whiz. I mean, Say You Love Me. I mean, Sailing. That's pretty good. But what's the one I really like? Damn it. Why can't I think of it now? Oh, Ride Like the Wind. Damn, that's a good song. But Christopher Cross is a great guitar player. I mean, he really very, very good guitar player.
He was on Jimmy Kimmel last week.
Was he really? Yeah. They put out his greatest hits, so now he's making the circuit around there again. His voice sounded good.
They just repressed that album. I just got it, and it's got another album full of demos. Fantastic.
Yeah. It's a good one to make you happy. So you had a bad day at work, put on a little of him, and go sailing, because it'll take me away to. Oh well, it takes you away to somewhere.
Where I'm going.
Yeah, where I'm going. Takes you away to where I'm going. Well, what the hell does that mean?
Well, he notoriously said he was on something when he wrote that.
Oh, cocaine. Okay,
Yeah.
back to cocaine. Why are we going back to cocaine again?
You brought it up. Oh no, wait, I brought it up, didn't I? Never mind.
Yeah, my God, it keeps circling back. Chris, what kind of thing do you run around
the
here?
music industry.
I haven't mentioned any drugs tonight. Literally. Daryl, you've got that album, haven't you?
What's that?
You've got that album, haven't you?
Yeah, I've actually got 2 copies of that album. And what's funny about that album is I really like that album. The only thing, we talked about this before, I think, on our Yacht Rock, or we were talking about genres or whatever. I don't get the cover. That's the only thing about it I don't understand, is the whole flamingo on the. I don't get it. Maybe it has to do with the fact that it's just beach music and the flamingo standing there on the beach.
I'm sure it's something sexual that we just don't understand, but we need to get a art critic or something to really dive into it.
Yeah, there's the other one with you think there's a flamingo on the first one. There's the second album that Christopher's holding up. It's all full-blown flamingo on that one. So
That's true.
Okay, so let's just say he has a thing for flamingos.
he does.
I don't want to know what it is, but we'll just go with that.
Yeah,
He
birds
does.
are pink. Right, okay, let's have a look. Comments real quick. Travis saying Christopher Cross subbed for Richie Blackmore in Deep Purple sometime in the 70s
That's true.
for a date or two.
Mhm.
So there you go.
Yep.
There you go.
Right. My turn. Final round. So it was a matter of time before Greatest Hits came out. And Joe, I've checked. 70% of my collection are Greatest Hits.
Okay. Well, there's nothing wrong with that, man. I that's good.
There's a reason behind this. So when I first started my channel, started collecting records, apart from John Mayer and the Stereophonics, and Bruce as well, I just wanted to get the hits, and then if I enjoyed a song, I'd go back into that album, then maybe go from there. It's kind of like, I'm not going to mention Mr. Adams, but like, there's an album I'm going to show, and a few other British bands, just to get you familiar with the artist itself, and then you can discover from there. Like, I bought Bruce Springsteen's Greatest Hits. I got Greatest Hits 1 and 2, and then I got into Nebraska, which is my favorite Bruce Springsteen album of all time, and stuff like that. So I've discovered artists on Greatest Hits or Best of or comps. And I've discovered, like the band, for instance. I bought the Greatest Hits of the band, and now I'm starting collecting all their albums. So
Sure.
It's kind of like where I'm at. Okay, talking about Greatest Hits, you can put these down as a one-hit wonder, Scottish band, and it is Franz Ferdinand.
Yeah.
Now, the reason I picked this one up, because I'm going for the Friday feeling when you're finishing work. Take Me Out. What a banger.
It is. Yep.
And I think Canada, America, was that the only hit they had over there? Take Me Out, would you say?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I was going to
Put out
ask you.
some
did
other
they do-
albums.
I don't know if they did much beyond that. not here. I mean, that was it for a hit anyway.
I think the second album had some kind of hit off of it. I have the second one. I can't think what it was, but there was something that hit airplay.
The other hit was Michael.
No.
Over here in the UK. There's quite a few in here. But I picked this up on Amazon, I believe. This came on a red vinyl because there's red in the cover. It would have been good if they'd done like a red, black kind of splattering, but that's the one I picked up.
The last time I went to Canada, I went to photograph them, and I never developed the film. So somewhere I have a roll of film from a Franz Ferdinand show in Canada.
You should find that.
Yeah, it's somewhere.
Did you get in for free to that one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, there we go. All right. Jesus.
So I'm going to show a soundtrack to end this, which is my favorite soundtrack of all time. And Joe's going to love this.
Sound of Music?
Those are ridiculous.
The hills are alive. Yeah.
AC/DC Iron Man 2 soundtrack. So you're looking at the greatest hits. I think there's one or two tracks missing off this one that were big, but brilliant. This is still my favorite Iron Man film as well, Iron Man 2. But you've got all the hits on you. Shoot the Thrill, Rock and Roll Domination. You've got Back in Black, Thunderstruck, TNT, Have a Drink on Me, Let There Be Rock, Highway to Hell, War Machine.
Are those just straight cuts? They're not like specially done different live?
No.
I mean, really?
Yeah,
That's the only greatest hits album.
When they did Who Made Who, which was the soundtrack to Maximum Overdrive.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah. So if it's like Live at Donington, but I don't even know if that one came out because there's AC/DC Live, which is kind of a greatest hits, kind of because it's live. But yeah, that is as close to an AC/DC's greatest hits as you're going to get. And as Christopher said, Who Made Who for the older stuff, right?
Yeah. This came out. This came out on CD back in 2010, then got released, I believe, around about 2019, 2020. So
cool.
I don't know if it's still available, but this
I'm checking Amazon right now.
That's a fantastic AC/DC album to have because it's pretty much got everything that you would need, greatest hits wise, on here, and it's the pressing is amazing. This just came on. This was it's just on a black vinyl, but it sounds amazing. And I like
one album.
Yeah, just one album. It's a double LP. But it's phenomenal. I love this.
It goes for $48.
Yeah, I bought it for back in 2020, 2019 for about £20, so about $24.
Jesus.
Yeah, so it's a good album to have.
Go get Who Made Who.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
and watch Maximum Overdrive, the movie that Stephen King made while he was on the
cocaine.
I
watched Maximum Overdrive, I don't know, about a month ago. I'm not sure that it held up, but the music was good. And Estevez was okay in it, right? But that's
infamously what Stephen King said. He has no memory of making that movie because he was
yeah. I think someone just sold the truck. I think that's what made me think of it to go back and watch it. Because I think whoever had the truck found it, and then somebody new bought it or whatever, like the one with the clown head or whatever on it. So, yeah. So
there's one honorable mention I want to make is Adam Baldwin as well, which would probably be my top 3 this year. This is an amazing album, and they've actually brought out a featured film all about. The song is Lighthouse in Little Lorraine, where this is at a full circle now. So the lyrics are they fill cocaine into caskets coming down from America, right? And it's the story behind it's a true story. And it's amazing. But anybody liked Bruce Springsteen, check out Adam Baldwin on that album. It's phenomenal. So yes.
There you go.
Right, okay. So Richard is saying for the AC/DC one, it's $48.50 on Amazon. So I bought that, my third album I ever bought when I started collecting vinyl, and cataloging it on YouTube. So yeah, that's the stream for this evening. I'll just go around the horn real quick so you can discuss what you got coming up on the channel or anything you want to talk about. Daryl, right, Threads. What are you on next, mate?
Well, before I get onto the Threads, it's going to be dinner time here at my house, and I'm actually going to try to make steak in a cast iron skillet for the first time in my life. I usually do it on the barbecue, but it's too cold out, so we'll try that for supper. Anybody done that before? Steak on a cast iron skillet?
I've done it on a skillet. You just keep throwing butter on it. Lots of butter. Lots of butter.
Keep adding butter. Yeah.
With the butter.
But as for the Threads, I think I've got one left. Just Curtis from Young LP Lovers. He did a show like portrait covers, albums that have like portraits on them. So I might try to do that one, and then it's going to be back to my whatever my list is. I have a list of topics that I want to try to do on my phone. It's just taken me forever to get through them. I might do like a Christmas album one in the spirit of Christmas soon. And then I know that was it Dave is going to do the vinyl tag this year, I think.
Yes, I've spoken to him. Yes, he is. Yes.
Yeah, so he's going to do that, and then I've got something up my sleeve. There's a tag that I might do in the new year, but I'll leave it until after the vinyl tag 2026 comes out.
Is it Nickelback?
It's not Nickelback, but that would be funny if it was.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Other than that, yeah, no, I've been doing the tags. I know some people are sick and tired of them. I think they're fun, and they just give you a chance to do all kinds of cool stuff. Show kind of cool things out of your collection.
So Trevor's saying, I do fillet on the iron skillet often, easier control, in my opinion. I love the way the vinyl community gets involved with food as well. It's good recommendations for food. Right, okay. Joe, what's coming up in the shop? Are you going to do 12 things that shouldn't be there? Or
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I know that you watch that, and I know it's kind of silly for most to watch that aren't within shopping distance because I don't ship anywhere. But yeah, another 12 things. I don't know what exactly yet. I've done almost most of the genres. So actually, you know what? I think there's enough of a funk section that I think I might do funk and soul actually. So that might be the next one. But yeah, other than that, try and promote people to come into the shop and do fun things. And as I said to you, no more football. Yes, I know there's football. No more football I care about. So now I am available to pimp myself up to live streams anytime for the most part. There's only two more F1 races as well. So once that's done, then I really got nothing to watch sports wise on the weekend anyway. So
he's going to regret this.
No.
Okay, cool, mate. I'll put all the channels below so you can go and check out Joe. He's got a really good channel for the shop, and it takes you behind the scenes of what actually goes on in the shop itself. And he's really good at it. And he's a cool guy. So
thanks, man.
Right, Christopher, what's coming up, mate? Talk to us.
Well, I'm going to go feed the horse after this is ending. He's probably angry because it's been making him wait. And then I'm going to film a video tonight for all the titles I didn't know were on pre-order. I just dropped one and seemingly forgot too many titles on there. So I'm doing one of those right after I feed the horse. And then, probably a couple of videos this week. When I'm bored, I make videos because there's nothing else to do. So there'll probably be, I've been doing on average like 2 to 3 a week. So just keep looking for new videos.
Cool.
Feed the horse is not code for do cocaine, is it? That's not code, right?
No, it's not.
Oh, yeah, horse is more heroin anyway, right? Anyway, sorry, I'm gonna sit back and shut the hell up.
That's a good point. That is more heroin. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Steve, rescue me. What's going on?
Well, besides going out to buy some cocaine when we get done, because I've never tried it, but because of you guys, I thought, well, maybe I should be. I don't know. So, yeah, way to go, Chris.
No, too much fentanyl in it these days. You can't do it anymore.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, that's right.
My planning of videos, it usually goes, oh, I got an idea. Actually, I have a big one on garage rock from the 80s garage rock. I a buttload of 80s garage rock, and I'd like to do a video on that someday, but you just got to get around to it, you know? So I got an air record store tour coming up, and yeah, I don't know. We'll see whatever happens.
I'm a fan of you doing the record stores, but you said the last video that people wanted you to talk rather than play the music from YouTube, and I just started chuckling to myself, going, "You've had one or two comments now."
That's right. I just threw that. The last couple of record store tours. Well, I learned how on my iPad that I could take out whatever's going on in the in the background that gets you kind of knocked, and I could just talk. I go, all right, I'll just try that. I don't know what I'm going to talk about, but here we go. So
cool,
yeah.
Very cool.
What about you? What are you up to?
Hopefully this week I'm going to do an interview with Frank from 33 RPM. It's just going to be a 10-minute chat and that kind of stuff, and I'll probably put that up. I've completed the Stereophonics albums, so I'm going to do a short story of the locations when they first started and the street they got brought up on, and maybe interview some locals as well.
Awesome.
So
Good.
It's to take you a backstory of the Stereophonics. Now they got signed by Richard Branson and that kind of stuff, and albums. And I'll try. I won't be a long video. I'll put it under 10 minutes if I possibly can. I want to interview people where they used to go drinking in the pub, where Kelly still goes when he comes home and sees his dad. So yeah, watch this space. So that's kind of what I've got planned for the next 2 weeks, I believe. I got a live stream next Sunday, so I'm hoping to get Trevor on. I know Cam from the Vinyl Narrative is going to come on. That's always fun with Cam. If you guys haven't checked out the Vinyl Narrative, please do. He's into his Rhino, British guy near London, and he's got an amazing channel. He did his I can't remember what it was now. Was it top 5 albums you'd never get rid of? But he's got an amazing channel. So I'm just promoting him. I like promoting the small channels. Like I like having Christopher on, who's just started. Cam's just started. It's always good to have people who've been here for a while, like Steve. I really appreciate you coming on, Steve. Because I know you don't do live streams very often. But it gives people like a sense of what kind of music you're pulling and recommendations, and then you've got a chat. It's been amazing as usual. And then obviously Trevor's saying here, the VC influence is beyond buy-in records. Yes, it is. But I'd like to thank the entire panel tonight. It's been absolutely amazing. I've loved this and learning new things and recommendations. I'd like to thank everybody in the chat who's joined us this evening. Everybody's going to watch this later on. I really appreciate it. I will put in the description every channel. Go and check them out. Go and subscribe. They've got really good channels. And I will see you next week. So from me and the panel, hope you have a good evening or whenever you're going to watch this. And I will see you next Sunday, 8 p.m. UK time. So thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Good night.
Thanks, guys.